I had someone ask me if we can permanently inventory the different LLM tasks we run so that we can have a history of what we did. So, for example, prompts we used, number of tokens we used, chains we used, etc. So, in this video, I will demonstrate how we can do that using an open source platform that I personally use sometimes for my personal work. It's called Weights and Biases. So let's start with a simple app I have here, which is designed to provide us top 8 keywords that we can use in our paid search marketing. So this app is asking for, what is the product? So let's say mortgage. And so this app will use a LLM to generate uh, top 8 keywords that we could use in a paid search marketing campaign, as marketers need to do quite often. So here are the top 8 keywords, and they look pretty solid. And so now let's go to weights and biases and see what has happened here. So how weights and biases works. So let's look at the projects, and let me refresh this. So YouTube demo 1 is what this project I have called it. And so it gives it some random names here, and it's actually pretty cool. So in weights and biases, what it does is when I connect my app to weights and biases, and then when I perform a LLM task, weights and biases through callbacks is storing the system prompt, user prompt, what model I used, the timestamp in terms of when I ran the app, and how many total tokens I used, etc. There's many more things you can store here. And one of the things that I didn't do, but it gives me a chance to demonstrate, we can create a new column here, uh, insert one left, and let's say we want to figure out how much did it cost us to do this. So we're using 3.5 uh, turbo here, so I think it's 0, 0, something like that. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to show you. So it's showing us we used total of 95 tokens. Here's what it cost us. Yeah, let's just rename the column. It's cost. So yes, a simple way to show you what weights and biases can be used for. It obviously what I would use it for is if I needed to ever down the line, demonstrate to someone, hey, what I had done in terms of the prompts I had used, and what the outcome was, what model I had used, how many tokens I had used, etc. So it's actually a pretty decent platform. It's open source. I think the UI is a little difficult. It takes a while to figure out a bunch of these things. But in any case, let's try another app that I also have open, which is a CSV file that I've used in my prior demonstration. So we're going to say, what is the average math score by ethnic group? And I'm doing this just to show you like what weights and biases is able to do for us in terms of what it can inventory historically speaking, and that we can come back to at any point in time. And again, I'm not going to be able to show you all the different things weights and biases can do for us. But in this case, let's go to the projects. This was called YouTube Demo 2. Uh, Funny names. So in this case, what I'm doing is in this chat with the CSV app is, there's a chain I've set up, and there's an agent that's used to execute on the chain, etc. So just like with the other demonstration with the keywords, it's storing what my input was, the timestamp when I did this, the output, the chain itself, etc. What's pretty cool here is let's zoom out here so I can show you a bunch of these things. You can trace timelines, right? The chain itself. So this is the entire chain. But if I want to unpack, like what happened with each component, so to speak. So in this case, the first part was, let me just zoom out on this guy here so I can tell you what's happening here. All right, so behind the scenes, what's happening is that the system is basically, it's reasoning that it's working with the pandas data frame, and here's all the different column names, etc. And the user prompt was, hey, what is the average MET score? And so that's the first part of it, right? So it starts with that. And let me close this guy. And then let's say we look at this guy. What's the second element? Let me zoom out in terms of what's happening here. So here was the prompt. What is the average MET score, right, by ethnic group? And then AI. So basically, under the hood, what's happening is, the reasoning is, okay, I have a data frame, I have an user input. I need to, based on the user input, I'm going to have to invoke Python REPL and basically, provide the code or come up with the code to answer the question that the human asked. In this case, the code is correct. Like, you have to group by ethnic group and get the average of MET score, which then gives you this answer. So there you go. That's, two different demonstrations to show you, what weights and biases can do for you. Again, this is very limited in terms of what I'm showing you, but hope you get the gist of, hey, we can use platforms, in this case, an open source platform, weights and biases, to inventory, store the history of our LLM tasks for whatever reason that you may want to be doing that for. Okay, LangChain has a similar platform that's currently a beta version that many developers are playing around with. I'm on the wait list. As soon as I have access to it, I can't wait to use it, and I'll create a video to show you what that looks like from what I've seen. It's really powerful. It's much more deeper and wider, and has a fantastic UX. Until then,